3 years ago, Mike Ryan announced what was going to be a new race series in the United States called Chump Truck Racing, which turned into Champ Truck here after the first year. And I told them I wanted in. You know, when they first opened the door on this situation, I said, man, this is me. You know, I build trucks for a living. I know Mack trucks from front to back. You know, I got a pretty good little racing background, and to have the opportunity to be able to build a truck that, you know, I could probably afford to campaign at least the first year, first half of the year, you know, would just be amazing. And to do what we did with it this year was just a dream.
So yeah, and it was something that kind of brought all of your interests together. It sounds like everything that you were into kind of all came together in one place.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, everything I've done up to this point in my life had pretty much, you know, just kind of primed me and got me ready for it. And when they opened the doors, it's like this, it fit me exactly. You know, I had to do this. It was just a matter of fact, I just had to do it. So we made it happen.
For anyone who might not be familiar, can you tell us about the Meritor Champ Truck Racing Series and what that's all about?
The Meritor Champ Truck World Series, it is what it is. It is the race series. It's a 12 to 15,000 pound trucks racing at 100 miles an hour on known racetracks across America. We've been just about everywhere across the United States this year, twice. We've been East Coast, West Coast twice this year. And it's been amazing. We've seen some beautiful racetracks that I could have only dreamed about racing at, and to be able to do it with my 12,500 pound Mack truck has just been really awesome. Really awesome. They put quite a few rules in place to keep the trucks, you know, equal. We got turbo restrictors and a lot of safety things on the trucks, you know, roll cages and their bars. We got to run locked rear ends. We kind of got the horsepower and speeds all limited to some degree, but it all works very well for us. All the trucks have been fairly equal all year. All racing very hard. I mean, it's been pretty neat.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So it is a Mack truck that you're racing, is that right?
Yes, sir. I got the only Mack truck in the race series right now. We're running a 11-liter late model engine. This is all electronic engine. It's quite a bit of tuning that we've done to it, but she runs pretty clean. We got the smallest engine in the race series right now. Most everybody else has bigger engines than us. That hasn't stopped our determination on pushing that truck to its limit and putting it out front every opportunity I could. Literally driving the wheels off of it to get it to where we need to be at the end of the season.
Now, as you know, I'm sure big trucks like that are not necessarily known for their speed. How fast do you guys get going?
We run right at 100 miles an hour. We're limited to 100 miles per hour, so we're not allowed to run past it. But, yeah, we run 100 miles per hour in direct drive.
How fast could you go if you weren't limited, just out of curiosity?
That's a good question. That's something we probably have to find out at the Salt Flats or someplace pretty big and open. I mean, gear-wise, we should be able to run 145 to 150 miles an hour with pretty easy. That shouldn't be an issue. I think our biggest factor at that point, you know, is going to be our tires, whether or not the tires will be able to handle what we're trying to do to hit those kind of speeds. And, you know, of course, you're pushing against the wind and everything else. At that point, you're working against aerodynamics 100% with a truck.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Now, you've obviously done a lot of different kinds of racing. How does truck racing like this differ from those kinds of racing or you know, stock car racing like NASCAR, that kind of thing? How is it different?
We run on road courses, and the neat part about it is, you know, it makes it very challenging to get to 100 miles an hour, first off, because we'll go left and right quite often. But coming out of the turns, you know, most everybody asks us, what's your horsepower? What's your horsepower on this truck? You know, it's not the horsepower. It's the torque that makes the difference in this race series. How fast you can get up out of the corner and get to the middle of the track in that next point in time, and then slow down for the next turn. The torque, the get up and go, that thing that gets you moving out of a turn, that's what the big difference is between you know, automobile racing and truck racing. And the point that you're 6 feet off the ground at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I imagine that's kind of a different vantage point from up there. The track looks a little bit different than it does in a car.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the first thing I noticed when we went to Charlotte Motor Speedway, it was down in the turns 3 and 4 at speed, and you were looking down on the track instead of being like in a car where you kind of equal with the track. You kind of could look around the track a little bit as you went around and coming out of 4. It was really tough to see the track real well coming out because you're up so high and you're physically looking down on the track. It's kind of like you need to scrunch down in the seat a little bit more so you can see where you're going. So it was pretty different. It was a very neat, exciting, challenging feeling all throughout the year. You know, we were constantly meeting new challenges at each track to try and overcome, whether it be a handling issue or we needed some more speed or you know, just there's a lot of things that we made different for the truck for each track to make it unique.
Let's talk a little bit more about the racing series itself. How many races did you run? How many races are in the season?
Last season, there was 9 races total. There were 10 on the schedule. 1 got canceled, Texas Motor Speedway. But there's 9 races that we raced across the country this last year. At the moment, there's 10 races going into 2016. The race series is awesome. Champ Trucks does a pretty good job of doing everything that we need them to do to make it entertaining and exciting all at the same time. Not that I think they need a whole lot. You know, when you say, hey, there's a 12,000-pound truck running around out here, 11 other trucks at 100 mile an hour. What more entertainment do you need? That says it all right there.
Were there pretty good crowds when you went out there?
Yeah, most of the crowds are pretty good. We had a lot of kids at a lot of racetracks and stuff, and a lot of adults too, you know, that just, you know, from the trucking business and locals in the area, you know, heard about it and come out, and they were just really excited to see, you know, what it was really all about. It's new. You know, of course, you know, we're not getting crowds like you would see at NASCAR or anything like that quite yet. But I think in time it will grow. If you look at our sister race series over in Europe right now, PRO truck racing, it's bigger than NASCAR here in the United States. And that gives you an idea where this thing is going. I mean, that's where it's going to be going at some point in time. We can keep the entertainment factor up there and get it out there to the media that, you know, look at us, look what we're doing. It's a big entertainment factor.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. So how does the championship work in this? Is it like a point system like they do in NASCAR? How does that work?
Very, very similar. At each track, we get points for winning in each one of our heats. There's 5 to 6 heat races per weekend of racing. For each race, you gain, I think, if you're top dog, you win that first race, you get 100 points. I think second place is 80, and then third is 70 and 60, and so on. On the last race of the weekend, we have what's a runoff race, basically. And of course, each race is inverted. So the first race, if you win, you'll start the second race dead last. So that's how we keep it a little more challenging for the drivers to, you know, get back to the front again. For the last race, the podium race, you get a double point at most of the tracks for winning your first 3/4 spots. So, you know, the podium race is a real big one to add up points with. If you want to do well, you need to do well on the podium. Of course, all those points are added up throughout the year. And at the end of the year, they're all added up. Most high points is the winner. Championship is that simple.
Now, do I understand right that going into the championship race this year, you were in a 3-way tie for first? Is that right?
Yes, I was. Me, Jupiter, and the Hungarian race team, Team USA, we were in a 3-way, not exactly tie, but there was all 3 of us had the possibility of taking the championship.
And so what was, how do you prepare for something like that? I mean, what was going through your mind in that last race?
Oh, man. Well, going into Vegas, you know, we went in with a game plan, you know, we had to win. We had to figure out some way to get on that first race to get out front and stay there. You know, we had a pretty fast truck and I drive pretty well. We went out with the idea of getting the pole position, which we did. So that way we were able to start up front without any traffic. We just get out front and I could race my race the way I wanted to and make them chase me. And that's what we did. Got up front, stayed up front, got and then we got penalized in the podium race. So, but by then we done already took the championship. We were already points leader, had enough points to win the championship by the podium race.
So obviously it wasn't a major enough penalty to cause any problems.
Like I said, we done already, kind of sewed up the championship by the beginning of that race. We just had to start to go across that finish line, but we still won. All guts, all glory. We still wanted to take another win. There was no problem with that. If I put that truck on track, we want to get out there and win. It's that simple. We're not out there making laps. I'm out there to race the truck and put it out front. It's been that way all year. There hasn't been any ride around laps in that truck.
So it sounds like you'll be racing again next year. Is that right?
Yeah, right now we're currently trying to get some sponsors on board with us so we can continue to race our Mack truck to the front again this year. We're actively seeking some decent sponsorship this year. I think we have Boss Shops on board with us and Find the Parts, I do believe. And we're going to continue to try and get some more sponsors to continue throughout the year and make this a successful year once again. So if we can win this whole thing again. I'm all excited about it. I got some changes coming to the truck this year. I think that are going to be real good for it. Make the truck a little quicker, a little faster, make it handle a little bit better. Not that we're already fast. I mean, at Vegas, we had another race series out there while we was out there racing an automobile, and we were faster than 3 C6 Corvettes and an Audi A8 on that racetrack.
Wow.
12,500 pounds worth of truck, faster than the Corvette on the racetrack. Just to get you an idea of what we're doing with it.
Once again, that was 2015 Meritor Champ Truck Racing Series champion, Mike Morgan. We'll have links to more information about Mike's team and about the Champ Truck Racing Series on our website, landlinenow.com, under the heading Heard on the Air. I'm Terry Scruton, and Landline Now will be back right after this.